Hey guys, today I got a video on a 2001 Ford F250, and the issue here today was with the electronic shift on the fly 4x4. Basically what happened is we taking the truck down the road, went to engage 4x4, truck would go into 4 high, but then when trying to disengage 4-wheel drive, the 4x4 light was still on and the truck was still in 4-wheel drive. So in order to get the truck back home without having the truck in 4-wheel drive was to pull the shift motor off the T-case and manually shift the T-case into 2-wheel drive with a crescent wrench. First step, went ahead and replaced the transfer case motor just out of a hunch that it was bad. Had some corroded terminals on there. Went ahead to replace it. It was cheap. Had one on the shelf here. System worked great. 4x4 worked awesome for a little bit. Went in the 4 low, crawling up a hill, got to the top of the hill, went to go back to 2-wheel, no shift. Had to pull the motor back off again and keep going on with some diagnostics. So what I did is pulled the panel off here, pulled this fuse cover off, unhooked all the connectors in the back, took all the bolts out and everything, and put a used gem module in that I had at my shop just from another project that we had. It was a good used one that we knew. Still no change, no shift operation at all. Just a weird issue. When I had the original gem module plugged in, it would throw a P1865 code, which was a contact plate power short to ground. So my diagnostic testing, after testing all the circuits, the wiring from here to the shift relays down to the T-case motor, was telling me they all ohmed out good. They lit up a test light and a light bulb, took a little halogen light bulb, power to ground, lit the light bulb up. So I knew that my circuits were good and everything was pointing towards the gem module in here. The gem module is in the back of the fuse box way in there. There's plenty of videos on that stuff. But so put the used one in, still no change. And I was like, what the hell? Checked all my power and grounds to my fuses, or excuse me, the shift relays. The shift relays are located right here. Let's see, right here. There's two relays in here. Checked for my power and ground. I had power from the gem module, constant 12-volt power, but when switching the 4x4 switch, I wasn't getting a ground signal. So that was throwing another red flag to me, because if my circuits tested good, why am I not getting a ground signal from my gem to those relays? Because what it does is it sends a ground signal here, which clicks the relay to turn the motor, you know, counterclockwise and clockwise per from 2-wheel drive to 4 low, all the way. And it was really confusing. I checked all my connections again. All the pins were tight. But I'll show you what I found. We'll grab my light here. We'll go underneath the truck, and I'll show you exactly what I found and what we're going to have to do to fix it. Okay, so here's the transfer case shift motor. It's a Dorman replacement. This is the new Dorman one. There's reman ones. I just went with a new one. Whatever. So this right here is what turns the little dial there on the transfer case. And what I noticed was, without the zip tie on here, I could take the connector and squeeze it on and off. I know the pins were tight, but the connector itself is loose against the shift motor. And it was probably about 1/8 of an inch gap between the connector and the shift motor here. So as you can see, I put a zip tie on it, went inside the truck, shifted all the operations on the motor, works great. So the issue that I found was this connector being bad, and I think what happened was, over time, just got a little bit loose, and with me removing it to plug in the new motor, it must have loosened up just enough to where it would not work. So if you guys have running into the same issue as me, check this connector, check the connector on the motor itself, just that 2-pin connector. Just make sure these are tight, because it will give you a freaking headache. I've got hours into this thing trying to figure this out, and I finally got it. Headache solved. Just replace this connector. Should be available at any auto parts store. You might have to order it, but I'm getting one from Ford Motor Company because I don't want to have this issue ever again with this truck. So, but yeah, guys, hopefully this helps if you guys ever having the same issue with me as I'm having. So see you guys in the next video.